We open up the bottom of the fourth. It's UConn 14 and Columbia 5. Griffin Palfrey leads off against Thomas Ellison. He takes outside 1-0. Palfrey is 2 for 2 today. And he drove home a couple with the base hit his last time up, and he launches this one deep in a right center field and off the fence. Palfrey gonna round first, head for second. The throw from Studley, not in time. Griffin Palfrey is 3 for 3. He has hits in all of his plate appearances thus far today. As his average continues to blow past the 400 mark, it's now at 415, which leads the Ivy League for sure. How about Griffin Palfrey, who last year barely hit, especially in this ballpark? His role was at the back of the bullpen. As the first pitch to Blake is over for a strike, 0-1. Blake has flied out to center field twice today. But Palfrey this year getting much more action on the mound on this homestand, including the start in Columbia's last game. And Palfrey has been continuing to deliver with the stick. Oh, one pitch, and Blake grounds that one into center. Palfrey gets the wave at third base. The throw to the plate, cut off. The throw back to first skips away, and Blake, who was late seeing it, is gonna have to hold at first base, but he collects an RBI single. And Columbia, who was down 13-2 at one point, is now within 8 again. It's 14-6. And Hayden Schott will step in. That one laced off the bat of Blake, 103 off the bat. And now Hayden Schott, he takes the first pitch fastball high, 1-0. So take a look again. That fastball just missed, so it's 2-0 on Schott. He is right behind Palfrey in terms of batting average. And he takes a strike that he didn't like. Schott has 9 home runs, second in the Ivy League, leading the league in pretty much every major offensive metric. He takes outside, such as weighted on base average, runs created, leads the league in slugging, OPS. He came in with a .389 average. And on 3-1, on an inside pitch, he flips it onto the football field. We do have some football players now leaning over the railing and watching, like we've seen a couple times in recent seasons. A check swing for Schott, and he walks as the home plate umpire is going to appeal to the ump around second. Again, there's no way that the ump at second could have a better view. And so it is a walk, and Blake advances to second base. The catcher, Garbowski, immediately wanted the home plate umpire, Warren Nicholson, to appeal to third, but when you look to third base, you realize there's no umpire there. Such is the nature of having 3 umpires in these Ivy League games. And now Weston Eberle steps in. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Eberle has a Ivy League leading 26 runs driven in. And he takes the first pitch, down and away, 1-0. There's a gaping hole on the right side with the second baseman Daniels playing on the third base side of second base. So 3 infielders on the left side of the infield. And that is right over for a strike, 1-1. Even as the Major League Baseball season has started without the use of shifts, you still can shift to your liking here in college baseball. Ellison deals a 1-1, and Eberly drills it. Center field, Morton back, and he plays it off the base of the fence. Rounding third base is Blake. The throw will go to second. Blake scores. It's an RBI double for Eberly. He adds to his league lead in runs driven in. The first 4 have reached here in the 4th for Columbia. It's 14-7, and the Lions have 2 in scoring position with nobody out. And now UConn going to have a conference on the mound. So we have seen 21 runs over the first 4 frames today, and still 3 more outs to go before we can complete this 4th inning. That one hit just a little bit of the way up that fence in left center field. Columbia with 14 runs. UConn with 14 runs on 9 hits. Columbia with 7 runs on 10 hits. As the home plate umpire, Warren Nicholson, breaks up the conversation on the mound. And now it's only the reigning Ivy League Player of the Week stepping in Seth Dardar, who walked and scored his last time up. And he takes well inside. In fact, it eludes the catcher. Garbowski goes to the backstop, and Schott scores on the wild pitch. Garbowski was obstructed by the home plate umpire, Nicholson. I don't think he would have had a chance to get Schott at the plate anyway. But the collision with the umpire didn't help matters. So 3 runs home in the inning for the Lions. Eberly to third base. And it's 14-8 as that pitch misses to Dardar, 2-0. And that's inside, 3-0. The football players are now viewing this game, making some noise as the Lions put together this rally, and Dardar takes 4 straight out of the zone. Of course, it was Seth Dardar at the plate in that game against Brown when you had half the football team cheering him to a 2-run homer in which he flipped the bat and pointed to the football team on his way to home plate on the home run trot. Here he gets a walk out of it, and we're going to have a pitching change for UConn. So Thomas Ellison was able to get a strikeout to end the 3rd, but he cannot retire a batter here in the last of the 4th. As you see some of the football guys after their practice, probably the warmest practice of the season thus far for the Columbia football team. The Lions will have their spring football game when Columbia is next home on April 22nd. That spring game will start at the same time as the doubleheader scheduled for that day against Dartmouth. And in fact, that will also be a celebration of the 2013 Ivy Championship team, as it's the 10-year anniversary of that baseball championship. It's also, of course, the 100th anniversary of Lou Gehrig's season for Columbia baseball, but no plans to celebrate that this year. The new pitcher for UConn is Garrett Coe. 3-0, a 2.6 earned run average. 13 strikeouts to 13 walks. Well, it wasn't the plan for UConn to empty the bullpen in this game, but the Huskies will do what it takes to get this win today. They want to win every single game. It doesn't matter who they're playing. They want to keep that RPI strong, and they know Columbia, who at one point a few weeks ago had the #1 RPI in the nation. A win on the road over the Lions would do some good for that RPI, an RPI that will probably not be boosted as much by any win over a Big East foe or most New England foes. with the exception of Boston College, who the Huskies beat, or who the Huskies lost to last week, who they'll try to beat again when they face off in a couple weeks. That was a game that was also started by Stephen Quigley, and the only game that UConn dropped on its last homestand. Coe's first opponent is going to be Anton Lazitz. Lazitz 0 for 2. And the first pitch misses 1-0. UConn coming off a 9-game homestand in which it went 8-1, with the only loss coming to the 14th ranked Boston College Eagles, a 6-3 loss. And the 1-0 misses 2-0. UConn on that homestand swept Rutgers, and this last weekend swept UMBC. 2-0, that's high, throw behind the runner at first, and just getting back is Dardar. So Matt Garbowski trying to make like Weston Eberle there, and it was a close play. Cole Hage, who lifted the home run his last time up, is on deck. And that pitch is right over for a strike, 3-1. Coe has one of the higher walk rates out of this Huskies bullpen. And this one smashed down the left field line by Lazitz, but it will hook foul. Just out in front of that one, just got it in enough. And it's 3-2. 108 off the bat on that searing foul ball. So Coe trying to get the first out of this 4th inning for UConn. A 3-2 to Lazitz, and he lines another one foul. Because UConn doesn't have to play the bulk of its Big East schedule until Saturday, they have a lot of arms they can go to today, as Lazitz pops one up into shallow center field. Corey Morton is in to put it away, and bluffing the tag at third base is Eberle, and he'll go back. And that is finally the first out of the inning for UConn, and Lazitz has been retired all 3 times. Cole Hage has not been retired today. He's 2 for 2. With an infield single in the second and the 3-run homer in the third. He has Eberle on third and Dardar on first. And he takes one right over the plate, 0-1. UConn has 1 game on Thursday and 2 on Saturday against St. John's. Has this one smashed to center field by Hage. He's done it again. He has a 3-run homer in back-to-back innings. And all of a sudden, it's 14-11. A 6-run 4th for the Lions. Cole Hage with his 3rd home run of the week. No doubt blast to center. 0-1. And man, Coe really pushing the tempo here. Swing and a miss by Solinsky, 0-2. I mean, he is getting the ball and he wants to deliver right away. And he deals in the dirt. Cornell, according to Coach Brett Peretti, was almost trying to quick pitch Columbia over the weekend, and now Brett Peretti is coming out again, and I think advising his hitters about a similar issue to what came up over the weekend, in which the pitcher, as soon as they got the ball, was immediately throwing it in there and not giving the hitter really the full 10 seconds they should have to get set to take the pitch. 1-2. And Solinsky grounds one off the glove of the diving Hooper at first. It's picked up by the second baseman Daniels, but he doesn't have a play. An infield single for Solinsky. That's his third hit in the last 3 innings. And Jack Cale is set to bat. So Columbia actually used one of their 4 timeouts that they have when they bat to talk about the timing, as the bunt by Cale is fouled off 0-1. You can no longer just, as you're standing there in the box, put your hand up to the home plate umpire and call timeout. And I think Columbia intentionally here is trying to disrupt any rhythm. It's tough to say Garrett Coe has a rhythm because he's only recorded the 1 out here. But you know, he was definitely trying to push the tempo. Here, he fires to first base behind Solinsky. So Columbia has its 9th batter up here. Of the first 8, 7 have reached. And another throw over towards first. So this game already 2 hours old, and the only question is there going to be enough daylight for it to reach its conclusion? This misses off the plate outside, 1-1. There are no lights here at Robertson Field. 25 runs deep into this one. And another look over to first. Well, now Coe's doing the opposite. He is taking his time, and the 1-1 is popped up foul by Cale. Out of play, 1-2. Six runs home in the 4th inning for the Lions. A team that put up 23 runs in their previous non-conference game last Wednesday. And for the 4th time, Coe throws over again to first. And that got away from Coe, and it hit Cale in the helmet. He gets up right away and hurries over to first. That's the 2nd straight game in which we've seen a Columbia batter drilled in the helmet. I don't think Cale wants to deal with any of his coaches or the trainer, indicating that he is fine, but that one definitely got away from Coe. So Cale reaches. Columbia is going to send the 10th batter to the plate of the inning. And they will bring the tying run to the plate after the Lions were down by 11 runs. And UConn is going to make another pitching change. That does it for Garrett Coe. Well, I have broadcasted a lot of games here at Robertson Field, and we have seen a lot of crazy scores, but I don't think we have ever seen a first 4 innings quite like this one, or a longer first 4 innings than this one.
Out. Party.
Sometimes is the nature of these midweek games, but for UConn, they are throwing out guys who have gotten starts, who are integral parts of their bullpen. They had a pretty easy weekend against UMBC. So they have a lot of arms that they can turn to. Coe entered with a 2.6 earned run average, but he was only able to retire the 1 batter. Ellison had a 3.43 ERA, and he was not able to retire a batter in this inning. And now the new pitcher for the Huskies is Devin Kirby, and he is one of UConn's higher leverage guys. He has a save. He's 3-0 with a 4.64, and you can tell why he's a higher leverage guy. He has 25 strikeouts to 6 walks. Well, these two programs are maybe the top two baseball programs in the Northeast when you look at the last decade. As right now, I want to interject that we are having a conference between Brett Beretti and two of the umpires along the first base line. And I think it has to be about the idea of the pitcher throwing the ball too quickly, not giving time for the hitter to get ready. The umpires walk away smiling. But over the weekend, Brett Beretti was talking about how in Sunday's doubleheader that the hitters get 10 seconds to get ready, and then they have to be forward facing. But Cornell was, what he feels, was quick pitching them. They were getting the ball back between 5 and 10 seconds after they received the ball on the mound. As you see, Palfrey, 3 for 3, 2 doubles. The average up to 4.15. So Brett Beretti thought Cornell was pitching the tempo. He came out to argue a few times, but nothing was done. First pitch swing, Palfrey grounds it into center for a base hit. Zielinski rounds third, and he scores as the ball hits the mound. Griffin Palfrey has 4 hits in the first 4 innings as his league-leading average continues to climb. And all of a sudden, with a 7-run fourth, the Lions are within 2. The tying runs are on base. As Kale took second on the play, and now Palfrey is hitting a casual .422. And here's Blake, and he takes a ball, 1-0. Blake singled earlier this inning. Palfrey and Blake have both scored runs. They did so to begin this frame. And the 1-0 is right over for a strike from Kirby. Andy Blake, who's now hitting over 500 over his last 5 games as he takes down and away. He's scored 12 runs in his last 5 games. A senior captain on this team who's been so great with the glove at short. And the throw to try to get the runner at second base. Kale sails into center field, but it's backed up by Morden out in center. And Kale, who went diving back into the bag, will not be able to advance. Blake, who collected his team-leading 40th hit of the season in the 4th. 2-1, and that is low. It's 3-1 on Blake. With Hayden Schott, a guy who has homered in each of his last 4 games, on deck. (3-1), in for a strike on the outside. Blake was about to head down to first, but it looked like it caught the plate. And so now it's 3-2. UConn had a 10-run second. The Lions have scored 7 here in the 4th. Still just 1 out. Kirby deals a 3-2, and Blake attacks it deep to center field. Morden going back. It's gone! A 3-run homer for Andy Blake, and the Lions have taken the lead. From 11 down, Columbia's in front, 15-14. The second 10-run inning we've seen today. UConn put up 10 in the second, and Columbia's got 10 here in the 4th.